this is KYLA, and for today's video, I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about fixing your feed. From the lighting to the background and even up to editing your own pictures, I'm going to show you guys all of it. And I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks, my own tips and tricks on how I do my selfies, on how I edit my own pictures. Just everything you need to know, we're going to talk about it. So without further talking, let's begin. So this video is going to be divided into two parts. The first one is to how to take good quality photos, and for the second one, I'm going to teach you guys how to formulate your own feed theme that really suits your personality. So I'm going to put the timestamps of them right here. So if you only want to focus on editing your own pictures, you can skip on the second part. But if you also want to know my tips and tricks on how I take good quality photos, just keep on watching. First thing, of course, is how I take my selfies. So for my selfies, I really love using natural lighting. When taking your selfies in natural lighting, you can actually achieve two different results. When you are closer to the light source, you will appear to have good and glowy skin, and the light will wash out your imperfections. However, taking a few steps back is better if you want to make your makeup stand out, because the colors will be more saturated. As you can see, the one on the left looks more glowy and has more contrast, but some of the makeup are washed out. The colors on the right looks more visible and your skin complexion is enhanced. It really depends on what you want to achieve. You want to always use your phone's back camera, and yes, even when taking selfies, because using your phone's back camera will give you a more crisp and high quality pictures. As you can see, the front camera looks more grainy and low quality, while the back camera is more defined and sharp. It makes a whole lot of difference with very little effort. And of course, you should also consider your camera angle when taking pictures. Putting the camera on eye level are good for selfies and close-up shots because it gives it a more natural look and it's very flattering for the features in your face. On the other side, you don't want to put your camera on eye level when taking full body shots and outfit pics because it will make you look really tiny, especially for us girls who are not gifted in the height department. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do for full body shots, close-up pics, and half body shots is to put your camera on a lower angle. This will elongate your legs or any other part of you that's on the frame and make you look so much taller. But it's so much harder than just doing it in eye level. Now that you already know how to take good selfies, let's head into the background. The easiest one of them all is a plain background. It goes really well with every feed and it doesn't require much effort to achieve it. All you need is a plain wall. However, if you really want to decorate, start with a white cloth. I'm just using my blanket here. Either use it as a background or add it as a little accent to spice up your pics. But if that is not enough for you, try adding plants. Plants are so trendy these days. Here's my personal fave, an aloe plant. Or if you're not ready to commit to an actual living plant, try investing on some dried flowers. They look really nice and chic. Or probably the most cost-friendly of them all. Just take whatever plant there is in your backyard and repot it in a cute little vase, pot, or in my case, a cute little pitcher. Just like what I did in this snake plant right here. And add it on the background of any of your pictures. And that concludes the part 1, which is taking good pictures, and now let's head into the part 2, which is our feed theme. So the first thing you have to do is first figure out your niche. Niche. You have to figure that out first. Do you want it to be like a beauty/makeup feed? Do you want it to be like a fashion feed? Or do you want it to be a very artistic feed? So you gotta figure out what feed niche you want first. So I personally, my feed is actually a mixture of beauty/fashion/aesthetic feed. So that's my idea. Because I love fashion and I get a lot of brand sponsorship for makeup, so I try to incorporate those two in my feed. So once you finally figure out what niche you want to do or what theme you want to do, next is to figure out your color palette. So there's a lot of color palette ideas out there. There's pastel, we have neutral, which is my feed personally, We have some feeds that only has low saturation and dark feeds. And we also have this black and white type of feeds, but not necessarily black and white, but it's more on black and more on white. So you have to figure out what color palette really fits your personality the best, so you can really express your personality in your feed. And now that you have a good feed team and a good color palette that really matches your personality, now let's head into editing your photos. Okay, so I'm going to edit this picture right here, and I'm going to put the screen record right there. So lately, I've been using camera roll to edit my pictures because I really like that raw, no filter type of feed. So I only use my camera roll just to edit the light and some of the color to make it really consistent with each other. So first, I lower my exposure about just a little bit, maybe about -6. And then what I really like to do is the highlight. Of course, that's too much, but maybe just a little bit, maybe around 15. And then what I like to do is, for Instagram pala, this is a really good tip. For Instagram, you really want to sharpen your pictures because Instagram really ruins the quality. So if you're going to post this alone on Instagram without putting on some sharpness, it's going to look really low quality. So you want to put the sharpness at least 15. And that's about it. So this picture is now feed ready. But if the camera roll editor is not enough for you, of course you can use Lightroom. Okay, so whenever I edit on Lightroom, what I like to do, of course, is just like in the light, I'm going to lower the exposure about -0.15. Next is the whites. I put it around -20. And then the tint, I like to put the tint at -3. And this is what I really like about Lightroom, because you can really manipulate your skin color. So if you want to look more tan, you can really use this one. So if you really want to enhance your skin color, Lightroom is really good for that. So here I'm going to the color mix, and I'm going to choose the color orange, and then you can put the saturation up, but of course that's not human, like you look like Trump. You gotta put your saturation at about 5, and then if you really want to look tan, you can lower the luminance at about 5. So now that I have a really good tan without going to the sun. Okay, so after that, of course, is also the sharpening. So for the Lightroom, I usually sharpen it at around 35. And then what I really like about the Lightroom is that you can also use this masking feature. In the camera roll kasi we don't have that. But for this, if you don't want your pictures to have a lot of grain, you can use this noise reduction feature and the masking feature. Just like that. Now you're going to lessen the grain. Wait, I'm just going to edit the color kasi masyado siyang saturated. Maybe just like that. I'm also going to color the red because as you can see in the picture, I have that pop of red in my inner corner, so I'm just going to enhance that. Just like that. That's about it. But if editing your pics individually is too much for you, if you don't have the time for that, of course you can buy some presets. And I'm going to show you one preset right here, which I really love. This is from @Bujiding from Instagram, and I have a preset right here. Right here, I think this is a really cute preset. This has a lot of brown tones. This is the Monyong preset from Bujiding, and I'm just going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back without touching any of the other photos, and then I'm going to click this previews. So you can just do that on all of your photos if you don't have the time to edit your pictures but you really want your feed to have a really coherent look. So you can just buy a preset and then do that to all of your photos. But let me tell you, editing your pictures one by one and really editing the light, the temperature, and the tint to make it all consistent with each other is really worth it. And you can really see if a person really inserted a lot of effort on their feed. So it's really worth it. And I'm going to tell you guys, I really prefer editing my pictures one by one. But now, whether you edit on the camera roll, on the Lightroom app, or whether you use a preset one thing is really consistent about all of them, and that is that every single one of them has a consistent temperature and tint. So I'm going to show you guys a little example of that. So this particular set of posts right here has a green tint, and then this one is really warm, and then right now I have a green tint slash warm temperature type of feed. So it really makes a lot of difference, and I'm going to show an example of a feed right here. This is all white, as you can see, but this one looks really weird because it has an inconsistent temperature slash tint. But if you fix that, now it looks so much better. So the difference is really subtle, that when you look at the picture alone, you won't see a difference at all. But when you put that picture together with other pictures that are in an inconsistent type of tint and temperature, it looks really weird and it doesn't look really nice. So really just figure out what combination you like the most and make all of that consistent all throughout your feed. Okay, so now that we have a really good picture and then we've already edited it to perfection, one last step before I upload it to my feed is I check this first in this app called UNUM. So this really helps me see if that picture will ruin my feed. So let's see. This is my Instagram feed right now. I'm already in UNUM, which is the app. So it shows you your Instagram feed, and then you can add. And this is the next picture that I'm going to post, and I'm going to check if it passes the test. I'm going to check if it really looks good before I upload it on my actual feed. So as you can see, I'm not quite satisfied. As you can see, the background here looks gray, unlike my other background. So it showed me that the background of here, the color palette here, is really off because the background looks a lot more grayish than my other beige backgrounds. So when I looked at the picture alone, I didn't saw that. But because I checked it in the app first, I saw that it's really not coherent with my other posts, so I can edit it again before actually posting on my feed. And that concludes my Instagram feed 101. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and also don't be shy to DM me on my Instagram or even comment down here below. If there's a particular feed that you want to achieve, just make sure to tell me, and I'll do my best to show you guys how to achieve any of those different feeds that you are trying to achieve. And yeah, don't be shy, guys, just contact me on my social media and also down below. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and that's about it. See ya!